Hello everyone, this is Heroes Trivia. Welcome back to the second day of our Group D action as we get things started here with Folden versus Trivenicus. Now looking at the composition on both sides, Folden in the green is bringing Cao Cao, Guo Jia, and He Man. Very powerful army, some unbreakable Yellow Sky Heralds. We have 4 units of Protector Heaven, 3 units of the Assault Infantry, 2 crossbow, and a few cheap shot cavalry to boot. It's the same army he brought for his earlier match, definitely a solid army. 2 support general, He Man being the main offensive weapon here, hail of arrows. Unfortunately, he's going to be running up against Trivenicus and his heavily armored general composition. We saw this in action against Liu Chong's comp, where they sort of brushed off Show of Force and hail of arrow from Huang Fu Song, as they have 70% armor, 80% armor, and that's because Xu Huang, Yuan Shao, and Lu Bu are very powerful generals. The unit's going to be weaker because the money is mostly spent on the generals. We have 6 units of Saber Infantry, 2 Ye Vanguard Spearmen to counter Cav, as the only Cav here are some Raider Cav. Also 2 Crossbowmen, properly upgraded tier 3 here. So definitely very interesting. The Unbreakable unit being upgraded on Folden's side is definitely a big mistake, since one of the stats you gain when you upgrade a unit is 1 point of morale, and for Unbreakable unit that's kind of pointless. The crossbow should have been the ones to get the upgrade, just like what Trivenicus did. So let's see how this one played out on the battlefield. And looking at both sides here, pretty passive setup. Everyone's pressed up to the front of the deployment, but nothing too crazy in the middle. And we'll see how this one plays out. Both of them picked this little clearing for their crossbow unit. Makes sense. A very mixed bag line of infantry. A little bit of everything, nothing specialized for any purpose. And just sort of marching up to meet the enemy. Wonder if he's going to try to get an early shot of hail of arrows out. Definitely could use surprise attack to help close the gap with the crossbow unit coming in. Guo Jia is actually quite key here. He provides vision to shoot cavalry in the forest. I don't know why they're not firing. There we go. And once the fighting starts with enemy general, he's also going to be key as stopping slam abilities with Siphoning Deluge. No attempts to use anything here. Cao Cao doesn't have Stoneborg, so can't really protect from the crossbow. Shooting back at the most expensive unit, which is the right move. Crossbow damage, mostly armor piercing, going through Protector Heaven. A little bit of range block chance, but not much. Are we going to do anything? Why are we being placed sideways? Lu Bu's coming in. Straight for Guo Jia. Oh, getting blocked. Good. Ooh. Oh my god, the friendly fire. Cao Cao took most of that. That was very unfortunate. We have the Wisdom River being used after the Hail of Arrow once again. That is the solution for the armor situation. We have the Saber Infantry pressed up. Counter charges are good. You want to definitely charge. A lot of this is just uncontrolled charging by Yellow Turbans. Generals getting harassed by cavalry in the back. The cavalry going back behind, maybe, hopefully, targeting crossbow units. And no one's... What are these 3 generals doing? Round 2, it's also getting whacked a bit more. The cavalry is just hunting them, but you can see the enemy cavalry crashing into the crossbow on both sides. The square formation used to pick out some cavalry, just not enough. They still do decently well. The forest kind of gave them coverage, and now they're just going to get on top of the crossbow. No micro here either. Definitely people are busy with other aspects, so that's understandable, just like why the generals didn't move. They got turned around to shoot the cavalry, but they're about to die. Yeah, we have things like He Man being stuck here in melee. He's dismounted though. There is no smash ability on them, so they can't do too much. The crossbow is actually doing a number here. Hitting anything that kind of moves. Is he gonna try to... Oh, not the best target. They have a shield, 55%. And I think square has nothing to do with evasion, but still 55%. And a decent amount of armor on that as well. Essentially, we have almost unbreakable unit. It looks like 100, but it's not really 100. It's the extra 50 being added in. Yuan Shao's having a field day. Nothing's attacking him, which is why he's able to give this boost. The generals are staying out of each other's way as they help kill off units. And honestly, with these two abilities, they're going to do a lot better job of that. Ooh, ooh. Excellent. On foot, close range, all that splash. Lu Bu got snipe. That's what you want to see with Hail of Arrow. Now they just got to kill Xu Huang. And hopefully someone tags him. There we go. Stifling Deluge kicking in. Don't go too far, just stay around. Xu Huang's the ability you want to cancel. They're smashing into each other. Got some cavalry coming in to help Xu Huang out. Guojia's the one getting attacked. You can see Cao Cao's chasing Yuan Shao away. Going back with the square to protect him, just to get him off of him. The infantry need to push. This side's still going pretty even, all things considered. The cavalry got called back before they finished the job, but I guess they were needed here. Xu Huang coming out ahead in that fight. Yeah, after He Man lost his super impressive melee evasion bonus, not such a strong general, but maybe he had one more Hail of Arrow left in him. Wasn't able to pull that off, but getting that kill on Lu Bu definitely well worth it. Cao Cao's not going to be a match. Hopefully the unit can come over and even things out, but no, the cavalry went in and killed Cao Cao. So now Xu Huang just have to kill the infantry. There's the two unbreakable one, and the ones that are breakable are starting to suffer some army loss situation. Yuan Shao is just looking pretty inside. Do they still have a misplaced? Yeah, they still have a misplaced devotion for a little bit. But just a matter of time before Xu Huang cleans up here. I think this fight comes down to just general difference. Lu Bu, Xu Huang, and Yuan Shao are just stronger than Cao Cao, Guojia, and He Man. And you saw how Hail of Arrows even the odds a bit there, targeting Lu Bu, who has lower health because he's a Vanguard, 25k versus 40k on Xu Huang here. But if they were able to get one more shot in, there was one shot at this Vanguard Spearman that wasn't really needed. If they were targeting the generals more exclusively, the unit quality could have carried things, but with the general falling to the wayside, the unit quality is not really useful at that point, and we have Trivenicus taking the win. So a relatively fast game, 6 minutes 40 seconds, and like I mentioned, it came down to the units, well, the unit difference and the general difference. The generals carrying the day after it went Trivenicus' side, with Cao Cao dying, Guojia and He Man eventually routing. The Hail of Arrow we saw on Lu Bu was excellent. That's exactly how you want to play the ability. With Wisdom River, would be even better. That first chunk on Cao Cao was really unfortunate. Basically, the first Hail of Arrow was used a little bit slow, and midway through the charge, and Cao Cao got into the charge to counter the enemy general and just got caught with 2, maybe 3 waves of those shots. And Cao Cao was kind of crippled after that point. Super unfortunate there. It became close for a bit until it wasn't. Yuan Shao was able to do his thing, staying away. So even with the general difference, it was still a 3v2 situation for the most part. I think the cavalry quality is good bang for the buck, because you can see the cavalry did a lot, even though they're all cheap cavalry on both sides, targeting those crossbow units early. There's not enough of them. I think there's a heavy emphasis on infantry for both sides. Especially if you're going to be weaker general, you kind of want to bring more cav to help shore that up, because cavalry and generals are good at taking out other generals, and infantry not so much. We kind of saw Yulia's comp try to compensate for the fact that she is bringing Mulu with a bunch of Tyrant Slayers. It doesn't have to be a specialized cavalry unit, it just has to be a cavalry unit that can charge the enemy general, go through their evasion, and just deal chunks damage, just to help your general out, which is what's kind of missing here. And overall, great matchup between these two. Looking forward to the rest of Group D to see who comes out on top. And until then, bye!